Thank you for watching the Silentsports Gaming channel. This is another presentation of the Silentsports video blog. This is episode 207. Today's date is October 29th, 2022. I'm Troy Weston. Thank you for joining me once again. Thank you for coming here for some latest sports news and topics. We talked about the World Series. World Series started last night. A good game to get us started. The Phillies are like they on a mission. They win game one in extra innings and 10 innings, 6-5 last night. I'll give you a little bit of review of that game. I watched like the last of it, so we'll talk about that for a few minutes. NBA news, some off the court stuff with the Kyrie Irving news. If people ain't familiar with that, I just did a little research on it, small research on that this morning. We'll talk about a few injuries that's going on in the NBA. And a new segment I'm gonna call Up and Down. I'm gonna pick out 3 teams I think is trending up, and 3 teams I think is trending down or has been down to start the season, as we only still a week into the season. So most teams only play like 5 or 6 games at the most. So we'll have that segment. We'll do that every week. And of course, week 8 of the NFL kicked off Thursday night. Big win for the Ravens. Got my Ravens hat on. Ravens was able to win on Thursday night over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll take a look back at that game, and we got our big 5 games as I pick all the rest of the games for week 8. But I got 5 particular games that I think are huge this weekend, so we'll talk about that. And just some final thoughts, just talk about some other things, what's going on with the channel. Thanks to everybody who came through with the live last night. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I had so much fun with my bro. Shout out to my bro Don Parker Sr. My brother, we got on, played for a little while. And if you go back and watch the playback, I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to him through my microphone. You know, we was talking about some stuff like I wish, I don't know if he got to do something on his end, but I wish y'all could hear him. I used to, but since he got his PS5, he probably got to go in and change the settings or something. But we be talking about some interesting things sometimes. So thank you everybody who came and joined the live. We was on for almost 2 hours too. I'll probably do another Call of Duty video today. I'm not going to do too much normal stuff. I got the Madden today, Buffalo Bills. I'm going to be calling that game play by play. I'm going to go ahead and record that. Usually I try to take a nap, but I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and knock out everything. Because I think if I lay down, then I might miss out doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that after I finish recording this. Probably play a little Modern Warfare for a little while. If it's a video, you know, if a video pops out at me or a moment pop out at me, I record it and share it to the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and get into it. World Series was last night. This is my baseball segment, so all my non-baseball fans, you can fast forward. World Series started, game 1. Big win for the Philadelphia Phillies on the road against the Houston Astros, who's been a constant representative of the American League in the World Series. But last night's game was all about the bullpens. Justin Verlander didn't pitch as well, nor did Austin Nola for Philadelphia. It wound up being a bullpen game, and Philadelphia's bullpen did its job. Again, big hits by Harper and definitely Realmuto with the home run in the 10th to win it. But the Phillies, I still want to go with Houston to win this series, but like I said, the Phillies ain't gonna be an easy out. I think Houston is sort of a must-win tonight. Let's look at the pitching matchup, but I think it's a must-win tonight for Houston. I don't think they would have go to Philly down 2-0 and then they got 3 games in a row there. So let's pull that. Here we go. But I saw like the last, I think I saw from the 8th inning on. I think I fell asleep again in the bottom of the 10th. But Houston must have got out pretty quickly to end the game, and they don't do that. I've been watching the playoffs, but they don't do the second base runner in the postseason. I think it's fair because I think every pitch means more, so I'm glad they did that. So Zach Wheeler is starting tonight for Philadelphia, and then we got Valdez going for Houston. So Another good pitching matchup. But Philly's been getting the hits that they need throughout the whole postseason. Like I said, it's usually a hot pitcher and a hot bat that usually get you by in the postseason. Philly came all the way from the wild card series, so they played more games. Houston was rolling. I think this is their first loss. Yes, it's their first loss in the postseason because they swept Seattle and they swept the New York Yankees. So this was their first postseason loss, actually. So that says a lot right there that the Phillies are not going to just roll over. So I think it's going to be a long series. I think it might go 7, but I'm going to go with Houston. I still think Houston is just a deeper, better team, slightly. But don't tell Philly fans that you can push back on me right now. Phillies are playing very, very good baseball, and usually this is the time that you got to play it. So tonight's going to be an interesting game, but I think, like I said, I think it's almost a must-win for the Astros. I think if they lose this game, I might have to recant my winner, which I already did, because about who I had my World Series, Toronto and LA Dodgers. Of course, was disappointing. But the Astros, give them the respect. They throughout this scandal, the video scandal, some people still hold that over their head. I think you gotta ease up on that. Now, some of the guys are gone that was a part of that team, of course, because it was back in 2017. But as far as like the organization, the crew is still there to me, like Altuve and Carlos Correa. Verlander, I think, was on that team because that's when he got his first World Series. So I think they just build the organization very, very well. Of course, it's not good to cheat, but like I said, it depends on, like I said, that scandal gave them an advantage. Because if you know what the pitcher's going to throw, you can anticipate more, you can time it more, stuff like that. So they had an advantage with it, but you still got to make the plays on the defensive side, and then you pitch it as well. So it gave them an advantage, but but just the integrity of the game is that's more of the problem. Not that it gave them an advantage, it's that you can't have these things in sports where people pay their money and want to see their team win and knowing that their team got a disadvantage. That's why this was in NFL with Mike Evans last week, talking to the refs. Looked like he was out of autograph. You just can't do it, at least not in the open like that. You can't, regardless of what was wrote on there. He said it wasn't an autograph, but you can't do it. It makes you the refs. I guess, it's just a slippery slope because you think, the refs might it came out that, that the refs are nice guys. Somebody said, but basically, you can't, if I know my friend out there, of course I might just give my friend a call, like I probably would, as a human being, like I'd probably be more biased if I know this is my friend going against somebody that I don't really know. So you gotta watch that. So I think that's what hurt the Astros in baseball a little bit, the integrity of the game. But you gotta give them credit for getting back here. But I think they're gonna pull it out. But I just think it's gonna go about 6 or 7 games. It'd be an epic World Series. So game 2 is tonight. Let's see if the Astros can bounce back. But if they lose this game, I don't see them winning with 4 out of 5. I just don't. Not against Philadelphia. I just don't. Okay. Let's move on to the NBA. We're going to talk about some topics off the court first. Now I'm going to pull this up. Well, this don't really give you a lot of information. But I just think this story ain't going to go all the way with Kyrie Irving. First of all, the Nets not playing well. So that's why this story is going to probably manifest, especially if they keep losing, because with the Nets are only 1-4, so and they my team to get to the finals, and I'm not going to back off again, it's too early, but it don't look good for them right now. Ben Simmons still got some issues as far as shooting the basketball and all that stuff. But I think if you got to play to your strengths, I'm gonna talk about that with the with the Lakers. Like I was watching their highlights against Minnesota. I think that was the best game they played all season. No Anthony Davis. Like I said, Anthony Davis has to play, and LeBron has to play for them to have a shot. They 0-5. But some of the highlights I see, Russell Westbrook driving to the basket. That's your game. Do that. Stop trying to shoot just because you open. Don't try to shoot all the time. Play to your strength. And I think Ben Simmons have to do the same thing. Facilitate the offense. You're good at that. Drive where as far as scoring, drive to the basket. You don't have to shoot. If they leave you open, shoot them sometimes because you want the defense to be honest. But they're gonna give you that shot all the time. So you don't have to take it every single time. But play to your strengths. I mean, to me, it's that simple. Maybe I'm just a fan talking, but I think it's that simple. Stop shooting so much. You're not good at shooting. Don't shoot. There's other ways to impact the game. And Russell Westbrook, like I said, I think if he drive, but both of those guys, him and Ben Simmons, sort of similar. Ben Simmons, though, to me, is a little bit more timid about even trying to shoot the basketball. Because he don't shoot the basketball. But sometimes to be right at the rim, it won't shoot. Now that's ridiculous. Like you gotta start doing that. But they say he's probably afraid of getting fouled and going to the line. But I got off topic a little bit. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I'm gonna stay on the Nets though, because basically Kyrie is endorsing a book, and this, I think it's a show on Amazon. It's supposed to be anti-Semitic, like racial hate or something like that. Now I need to probably do more research and look at this show or at this book. But I know it say from Hebrews to Negroes, so that title sort of confusing. Don't know. That's why I recommend you and myself go do more of the research. But I think the owner came out, put a statement out saying he's disappointed in Kyrie. Basically, it's like a hate. That's why I want to read. I want to see what exactly he's talking about, because he says like racial hate, which I don't, by that title. I mean, it sounds a little crazy, but I want to check it out for myself before I give full judgment on that. But with that being said, if the Nets keep losing, this story definitely ain't gonna go nowhere. The Kyrie already controversial player, the vaccine situation, just his past. So I don't think this story gonna go nowhere, especially if they keep losing. But as far as like getting deep into his mind and all that, I gotta do my research on the book and the show or whatever. But Kyrie is a different guy, and he stand with his people. So by me guessing, I'm thinking it's more of a pro-black thing, not that he hate other races. I'm just gonna go ahead and hopefully that's what it is, but I haven't seen the book. I haven't heard the book. Seen it was a show or anything or whatever he's talking about, the owner's referring to. But if the Nets keep losing, this story definitely ain't gonna go nowhere. But keep it on the court though. I don't get it. Brooklyn, to me, like I said, if you look at their roster, I really think this team could go far. Defensively, got to get better. They is bad defensively. And I thought Ben would help with that. But I think he still can. Kevin Durant doing what he's supposed to do. He's averaging over 30. Kyrie as well when he's on the court. I think Ben just need to just stay in his lane, play his strengths. The whole team got to get better defensively. I think they'd be fine. They played the Bucks pretty decently. Now Milwaukee, well, we're gonna get into the up and down segment in a few seconds. But the Nets, I think, like I said, I think they'd be fine. But just all this off the court stuff doesn't help, because it's hard to focus on anything when you got all this stuff going on around you. But I'm not gonna give up on them yet. It's still early this season. The East, even though it's stronger, is still a lot of question marks with a lot of other teams. So like Philadelphia, which we're gonna get into because we're gonna talk about injuries, because Joel Embiid is hurt as well already with a knee injury. So he didn't play last night, but Tyrese Maxey had a monster game for the Sixers last night. I think they'd be fine as well. I think they just gotta finally feel it. And me gotta be healthy. You know, that's been his knock. I had him. I got him to win MVP this year, but it was all on the intention that he would be healthy for most of the year. And he hasn't played well, so it's not surprising that he got a little injury going on. So we'll see. Hopefully, he'll get back right. But if not, like I said, the Sixers are just an average team without him. So they definitely need him. James Harden, give it to him. He's been playing pretty well to start the season. But Embiid got to get back on the court. There's a lot of injuries around the league. I think LaMelo Ball's still out. Anthony Davis is out again. That's another thing with the Lakers. That's why I said I was going to talk about the Lakers. But like I said, I think they played pretty well last night, but Minnesota just the better team. Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards was huge last night. He stepped up since the little comments Karl Anthony Towns had. Talk about Popeyes and all that. Actually, I might probably eat Popeyes later on today. But I get what he was trying to say, but I don't think he should have put it in the public like that. He's a young kid. I think he's getting better. Minnesota, you know, like I said, Minnesota has the tools. Because now Rudy Gobert, I don't think it's going to be that much pressure on him. I think if they fail, then they go on Karl Anthony Towns. So I think he's out that pressure. Utah, I think he, you know. So Minnesota is a team to look out for. And they playing pretty well. I think they only got one loss. I'm going to look at the standings in a second as we do our up and down. But it's injuries all across the league. But like I said, it's sports. You hate to see injuries, especially so early in the season. But with the Lakers, like I said, Anthony Davis going to have to be healthy. So is LeBron. Russ came off the bench. Like I said, he did some good things, but still didn't shoot well from the field. But I think Minnesota was just the better team, and it showed in the fourth quarter. And they lost that game. The game of the night, though, was the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. The Cavs look good. Caris LeVert, I forgot about him. I forgot about him in Cleveland. He had a monster. Him and Donovan Mitchell doing their thing. They both had 41 apiece. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum ain't slowing down. Even Boston, you know, gotta still factor Boston into this whole thing as well. So the East is going to be very interesting this year. But with all the injuries, kind of sucks that some teams got some injuries here. So let's get into our segment. So we're going to call this segment Up and Down. I'm going to give 3 teams that's up and 3 teams that's trending down or has been down. In fact, should I do 3 Eastern teams and 3 West? Yeah, let's do it that way. So, alright, we're going to start the East. It was up and down, up and down. Milwaukee Bucks, 4-0. A lot of people was worried because how they played in the preseason. That's why you can't put too much stock in the preseason. Giannis looked like Giannis. He's going to win another MVP. The way he's been playing. Chris Middleton, I think, is still out. But I think the Bucks as a team, it's just deep. Bobby Portis give you what he gives you off the bench. Grayson Allen, Covington. They just got a deep team. As long as Giannis do his thing, I think Milwaukee would be fine. I wasn't worried at all. Let's stay on the up. Speaking of the Cleveland Cavaliers, big win against the Celtics last night. Donovan Mitchell looked like Donovan Mitchell. Jared Allen, they playing good basketball. They can make it to my up. And the other team I'm going to pick, you know what? I'm going to go with the Washington Wizards. Not because they close to me, because I'm in Baltimore. But I've been surprised how they played so far this season. They only 3-2, but they played some decent basketball. So I put them in the up list. Everybody else is sort of doing what you thought they was going to do. Atlanta, too, I give them an honorable mention. They 4-1. So they're the teams that's up. The teams that's down, I'm not going to pick on Detroit or Orlando. We didn't expect them to do much this year anyway. Got to put Brooklyn in there. 1-4 start. Like I said, I think they can play better than what they playing. You got to get better defensively. Defensively, they horrible, but Kevin Durant doing his thing, scoring. Him and Kyrie but they need the bench to be more consistent and Ben to just play his game, and I think they'll be fine. But they in my down. Philly got to put them in there too. Just 2-4. The injury to Embiid. Hopefully they can turn things around. Big win last night though, but they got to be on my down list. And I'm gonna go with Miami. I didn't know Miami was only 2-4. They had a rough schedule though. I know they played the Warriors. They had a tough schedule, but we expected them to be, that's why, I'm not worried about Brooklyn, because Miami is only 2-4, Philadelphia is only 2-4. Milwaukee, I think it's going to be a stand. They're going to stay at this pace. Atlanta, I don't know. And then Cleveland and Boston as well. But I think the Knicks, the Wizards, don't know what they're going to be. So, still early in the season. So, that could change. But didn't expect 2 or 4 starts for Philadelphia and Miami at all. So my downs are Brooklyn, Miami, and Philadelphia. Let's move on to the Western Conference. Let's go with up. 2 teams I'm going to just get out the way. Definitely in my up, because these 2 teams was going to be the battlefields of the West. The Utah Jazz and the San Antonio Spurs as well. Spurs particularly, they won another game last night. But like I said, with Coach Pop coaching, he's probably the best coach in the modern era in basketball, in the NBA anyway. So got them young guys playing hard. I know this was that they want to lose, not even though taking is not condoned, but I think they broke it down so they can get a high draft pick. But and things might turn for the work. Things this, I don't want to call it luck, but things might flip over to the other side. But they definitely playing hard out there. So I gotta put them in there. Like I said, Utah Jazz as well. Jordan Clarkson and Mike Conley with the guards position played pretty well. The other pieces around the Jazz. People keep saying the Jazz are interested in Russell Westbrook, which I don't think so. I think that's just a rumor. But they played pretty well. They tore down. No Gobert, no Donovan Mitchell, so they purposely probably trying to get in a better position. But they start off 4-2. And the Portland Trail Blazers. The Blazers, to me now, I'm starting to think I might have rated them too low. Dame Dollar, being Dame Dollar. Anthony Simons off to a good start. He struggled in the first couple games, and he's coming on. Urias Nurkic, always been a good player. He's just been hurt, but now he's healthy. Jeremy Grant, so they got a decent team. The Blazers probably always been their bench. Dame Dollar got to play too much, and he sort of runs out of gas. But that's my 3 teams that's up. These teams, you ain't expect them to be where they are. Now down, I gotta say the Lakers 0-5. Like I said, gotta just play to your strength. Stop shooting the ball. Stop shooting threes. And I think the Lakers will be fine. LeBron's still LeBron. Anthony Davis gotta come back. They definitely on my downs. LA Clippers. So 2 LA teams. Clippers had all that promise going in. I think Kawhi Leonard's hurt again. Speaking of injuries, Kawhi Leonard's just weird. He's the last few years, really since he left since he left Toronto. He went to Toronto, did his thing, but since he's been with the Clippers, it's just something about him. Just it's just weird. From the outside looking in. Paul George is Paul George. But I think that even I ain't gonna say without Kawhi, because Kawhi put them over, put them into the least status. But they got a decent team without him. I like Reggie Jackson, so but I gotta put them on my down because I just don't like the way they play right now. You know what? I'm gonna surprise people with this. I'm gonna go with the Warriors at 3-2. I think they could be playing a little bit better right now, so I'll put them on my down this week. 3-2, long season to go, but I think the few of the games they could have played better, so they'll make it to my down list this week. So this is a new segment. Tell me how you like it. Do it again next week. I try to keep in mind. I might start actually writing. I did this off the top of my head. I might actually write them down this time. so I can keep a record of it, who was on it last week, who improved and stuff like that. Even though I could look at the standings and tell. But it'll be more organized next week. I liked that segment. I had a little fun doing that. All right, let's get into NFL. Week 8 started on Thursday night. Me being a Ravens fan, I really only watched the first half. Second half, I was live on YouTube. So I kind of missed the second half. But Ravens was able to hold on, winning it 27-22. Tampa got off to a decent start. But Brady just, I don't think he played as bad. Some people say he's not playing. In this game particularly, he didn't play that bad. He still threw over 300 yards. Maybe some of it was, a little, garbage stuff. But I think he played okay. Not to Tom Brady's greatness, but maybe we know why. I'm just going to touch on this because I don't know nothing about no relationships, but I can just imagine if you was with somebody 13 years and you get a divorce, that is going to mess with your mind, no matter who you are. So, shout out to Tom Brady for that. I know it can't be easy for him. It can't be easy for his children. I think most of his children is like teenage type. I think teenagers or something, or older kids. So I went through it as a kid. My parents divorcing. So it's not easy. But with me and my situation with my parents, I just, I was 6 years old, 7 years old, but I could see that they wasn't good together. They just didn't match. And I understood that, so I just, understood, I wanted them to get back together at first, when you don't fully understand, but then you just start to keep seeing them fight and clash. You don't want to see that. So, and I think in any situation, you can't force it. That's the only, I don't want to say advice, but that's the only thing I know by experience. But as far as me, I've never been nowhere close to being married. I haven't been in a lot of relationships, so I ain't a relationship expert here, but I just know, from the outside looking in on that could be bothering Mr. Brady. Excuse me. And everybody's saying it's from him coming back, which it might be. But sometimes, honestly, sometimes you get tired of people. Like, I don't know if that's what it is, but I can't imagine. I don't know. I don't want to go through that road because I don't know. Because I just thought in my mind, well, if you really like the person, you could be with him. You really could be with somebody forever. I believe that as well. So, but I wish him luck, man. As far as on the field, he got to play better. Buccaneers, the run game, is just it's just terrible right now. And Brady needs that element, to do his play action. But the Ravens did a good job with, making them a little uncomfortable in the pocket, which if you look at my Facebook post, pretty much I predicted. Well, if the Ravens won, that's what happened. Gus Edwards ran the ball real well again. Lamar played pretty well, sneakily as well. He had a decent game. Mark Andrews got hurt, so we'll see if he's able to come back. They got a long layoff. They don't play again till Monday. Not this Monday, but the following Monday, so they get about 11 days off, so maybe they can get healthy, make the stretch run. But it was a big win for the Ravens, and I was a Ravens fan. It was satisfying for the win because they finally can hold on and win a game. They've done it 2 weeks in a row, finally win 2 games in a row. They've been alternating wins and losses all year. So Monday, who they play? Is it the New Orleans Saints, I think. Saints, like I said, Saints been a little bit disappointing, but they still the right. They ain't a rollover team. They can give you something, especially on the defensive side. So that's not going to be an easy game either. But you got time to prepare for them, though, and you get to see how they look this week. So big win for the Ravens as Week 8 kicks off with that. Like I said, good luck to Tom Brady. He's definitely the greatest of all time, but can't. Not speculating, but that his divorce could be bothering him, and maybe that's why he had to be focused. I was talking about one of my residents brought it up this morning. I was like the wedding thing, all this around that. When he went to the wedding, Mr. Kraft's wedding, the old owner of the Patriots, used to be his boss. They got a real close relationship. Everybody's looking at it from Tom's perspective, but like I said, I've never been married, but I can guess he probably went there more for his wife. Probably try to take her out or something, go to an event, sort of leave football for a minute and spend some time with her. I think she got, how it looks, that she got tired of that, so maybe that's why he went to the wedding, not because he just wanted to support Mr. Kraft. But Mr. Kraft is the owner, so he knows that Tom couldn't make it. You know what I mean? He knows that. So, yeah. So we'll see how it goes with Tampa this year. But Tampa, they in a weak division. Atlanta, pretty much the only team that's showing any type of life. I said New Orleans is down this year. Carolina just beat Tampa, but you can't rely on Carolina to continue to do anything positive. So I think the Bucs go with this division by default, but I think they still want to get in a good position and get some rhythm before they get to the postseason, though. But their schedule don't get any easier even for them. I don't know who their next game is, but I know when I looked at their schedule, it's pretty tough. So, okay. So let's move on. Speaking of toughness, let's move on to the rest of the schedule. Do our picks for week 8. Well, since I'm in here, since I brought it up, let's see who Tampa does play next. The LA Rams, so yeah, that's not going to be an easy game for them either, with that defensive line. So the Ravens play next Monday, November 7th in New Orleans, so it's a New Orleans game, so that's not going to be an easy game going down there on a Monday night. So, but we talked about week 8, that's week 9. Like I said, I got my big 5 here. So if it's a big 5 game, I go more into detail about it. Other than that, the other games I'm going to try to keep it brief, give it the pick, and move on. So we start with an early morning game. We go to London, the Jaguars, which is like their second home. They go against the Denver Broncos. Broncos, all the problems they having with Russell Wilson. So with that being said, Jaguars play well. They just weirdly always play well when they go over there because they go every year. So I think as an organization, they're just used to it. Jags are 2.5 favorites, and I think they win this game. I think even though they're 2-5, Jags has shown some improvement this year. Denver just don't have it. Like Russell Wilson just don't look like himself, and until they show me a game when they can be consistent, I can't. It's hard for me to pick them against anybody. So easily, I'm gonna go with the Jags on that one. Panthers at Falcons. This is a sneaky big game. I mean, as far as for the NFC South is concerned, because like I said, everybody's pretty much bunched up. With Tampa not able to pull away. So Atlanta win this game, they can put them in position to be in first place. Carolina, like I said, I like PJ Walker, man. I watched the XFL before COVID took it down, but he was playing pretty well. I think if you get him the right coach and the right scheme, you see what he can do. So I don't think this is going to be an easy game for the Falcons, but I just think they're a better team. So I got Atlanta winning that game. Bears at Cowboys. Everybody always talk about the Cowboys, just like they talk about the Lakers all the time. That's why I really bring up the Cowboys. And this game ain't make my big 5 either. But I think the 10 points is too much because I like how Chicago looked Monday night. Can they carry it to this week? I think they start to really let Justin Fields play to his strengths. So I think this game would be closer than 10, but I still think Dallas, the way the defense is just stout. Mr. Office, can Dak, he's back, but can he put together a good game, a decent game where we can say, okay, he belongs in the NFL. Not saying he played as bad that he don't belong, but somewhat of a dominant performance, somewhat of an efficient performance. If we get that, then maybe it'll be more than 10, but I don't see that happening, so that's why I think the game will be close, maybe a field goal or 2, but I think Dallas will win. Dolphins at Lions. Like I said, I like the way the Lions are going. I like the direction they're going, but I don't like the way the direction they're going this season as far as wins and losses. Miami, because Tua, I think this would be one of Tua's big games since he'd be back 2 weeks after injury. And the Lions defense is bad. I see the Miami probably put up 30 or something. I don't know what the Lions going to do on the offensive side, but 3.5 to me, I'm surprised it's that low. But I got Miami winning. Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. Like I said, I'm gonna say this about I'm gonna say about the Vikings, the Giants, and the Jets for the rest of the season. This is a game you're supposed to win. You gotta win this game. You can't lose this game. That's gonna creep out back into everybody. So, Cardinals sort of, in limbo as well. Don't know what they want to do. Kyler Murray's up and down. Cliff Kingsbury starting to feel some heat. Could they overcome that? They think they give the Vikings a game though, but I think Minnesota is the better team, and I think Minnesota will win. Raiders at Saints. I just talked about the Saints. This game to me is a coin flip. You don't know who you're going to get from these teams. Vegas is favored by 1.5 on the road. Yeah, this is a coin flip for me. But I'm going to go with the Raiders just because they know who their quarterback is. The Saints, that's why it's hard to get behind the Saints. Is it Taysom Hill your quarterback? Is it Andy Dalton? Is it Jameis? It seems like they benched Jameis, so I don't think they know what they want to do at quarterback. And usually when that's the case, it's hard for you to win games. So I think that would be the factor in this game because the Raiders know there's Derek Carr, and I think he plays well. I think the Raiders win. Patriots at Jets. This is my first Big Five game of the day. This is a big game for both teams. New England looked just so bad Monday night against the Bears. Can they bounce back? Their quarterback situation is in limbo. Jets, of course, they haven't been winning. First time they've been winning for so long. As I just said about Minnesota, can they win a game they're supposed to win? They at home, but they underdogs, which I don't understand how the Jets could be underdogs in this game. How New England just looked. But maybe they going off history. Maybe they think the Jets going to come back to earth. But I don't think they're going to come back to earth yet. It ain't going to be this week. I think the Jets win. And I think it's going to be because of their defense. I think whoever the quarterback is, they're going to rattle him. If it's Zappy, if it's Matt Jones. I think they're going to force turnovers, and that's how they'll win this game. Zach Wilson haven't played that bad as well. He haven't been lighting it up, but he's played pretty decently. Haven't turned the ball over. They just got the running back from Jacksonville, Robinson, because they lost their main running back for the season. So I think he's going to get the ball a lot, and I think the Jets will win this game. But I can't believe they're not favorites. I don't see how you could have New England being favorites, but this is a big game. Like I said, I think the Jets win this game. Buffalo, we'll see what they do against Green Bay. We about to get there, but keep the pressure on the Bills to keep winning. Steelers at Eagles. This made my Big Five just because the Eagles are probably going to be in the Big Five until they lose. I think the Eagles are for real, so I ain't gonna say you're supposed to win this game. I mean, you're supposed to win this game because you're favorite, but Pittsburgh just no offense, and I think it hurts them in games like that. I think they can probably slow Philly down a little bit, and then Philly's coming off a bye as well, so I think 11 is too high. I think anything over 10 in the NFL is too high for me. I always second guess that. Even when it's an obvious win or loss here, but Eagles, Dallas is right there, still in striking distance, so don't want to have a hiccup here. But Pittsburgh, just because of how they run their organization, how they fight, I think this could be a close game. I just think the Eagles just are superior. Pittsburgh again. Kenny Britt, is it Mitch Trubisky? I think their quarterback is their situation is not good either, and I think the Eagles are just the dominant team, and I think they win, but I don't think they win by 11. I think it'll be closer. So that's 2 of the Big Five. Let's go Titans, Texans. Titans just 2.5 favorites. Titans, like I said, slowly under the radar. Still winning games. Derrick Henry doing his thing. I just like the discipline that Mike Dre will bring to this team. They're not going to beat themselves. They're going to be prepared. Houston show flashes that they're not that terrible, but I just think the Titans are the better team. I think they go in there and take care of business and win on the road. Commanders at Colts. Colts bitches Matt Ryan. They go to the Texas QB Ellinger. I think just on that alone, I'm gonna go with Washington. But Washington, you know, even though they're 3-4, they shaky. This is a road game. Supposed to be a revenge game for Carson Wentz, but he's been benched as well for Tyler Heineke. But I know what Tyler Heineke is. I think he's Sam Ellinger. I think this is his first NFL start. So off that, like I said, I gotta go with Washington there. My screen went black for a second. Okay, come on. Rams 49ers, that's on my big five list. This is a huge game for the division. 49ers, you thought they'd be doing a little bit better. Last 2 games been like, what? You know, where have they been? Rams has been shaky all year. But if you just go off of recent history, 49ers on the Rams. I think I'm going to have to go with the Niners here. No Deebo Samuel, I think, this week, they saying. So that's going to be a factor. But I think Jimmy Garoppolo bounce back, have a decent game. I think him and George Kittle in the running game will be enough. I think the defense, probably Matthew Stafford enough. And I got the Niners winning in a close game. The line is even, which I understand. Unless we see the old, the Rams from last year, I gotta go with the Niners here. But I think it's gonna be a close, tight game that's come down to the wire. And this will go a long way, like I said, for winning this division. Giants, Seahawks. Giants. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go with Seattle. I thought hard about this game. This is on my Big 5 game as well. Giants, you go by the record. They supposed to win this game. Seattle is favorite. But Geno Smith has really impressed me. I have to give my kudos to him. Like I said, just like when when he came into the league, like I said, he has, he was young, immature, and he went to the Jets, so all that did work against him. He bounced around the league a little bit, but he's playing definitely his best football he ever played. Seattle running game also been playing well. Seattle's a sneaky team, but I think they stay on top of the division. I think they beat the Giants. I think it'll be a little bit of an upset. Giants, I do like the way they've been playing, but I just think they've been skidding on the ice the last couple of weeks. I think this time they don't get out of it. I think the Seahawks gives them the loss. I like Seattle at home. Starting to run out of time, so I'm going to try to go a little bit faster. Packers at Bills, Sunday Night Football. This made my Big 5. This is my final Big 5 game of the week. I'm going to go with the Bills. The way Green Bay playing, just don't see how they're going to score points. I just don't. Aaron Rodgers, he said some stuff this week about his teammates that I don't agree with. I think you can't do it, but he's Aaron Rodgers. You're just waiting for him to have that big game. Will it be this week? It seems very unlikely. Buffalo, I think, is number 1 in both offense and defense, which is nuts. Everybody think this is going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to show some type of fight, but I think the Bills will just be too much. I'm going to go with Buffalo here. Then Monday night, Bengals at Browns. I'm going to go with the Bengals. The Browns, like I said, sort of like how the Ravens play. They choke up leads. They shoot themselves in the foot too much. Cincinnati, I think, starting to get their stride, starting to get their mojo. I think it carries over. I think they beat the Browns on Monday Night Football. So that's my picks for Week 8 of the NFL. So enjoy the games this weekend. Let me wrap it up. Like I said, I'm a little bit running out of time here. Just some final thoughts, just updates coming up on the channel. Like I said, I'm going to record my man video today, so you'll see the Bills and the Jets, who they play next week. Man 23. this afternoon. Well, I should post, yeah, probably like early afternoon. So look out for that. I'm gonna go ahead and record it now. Even though I kind of want to take a nap, but I think I should go ahead and record that video now. More Modern Warfare 2 all throughout the week. We'll probably go live next week as well again. So probably be Thursday this time. So check it out next week. And throughout the week, I do small little videos here. You know, little game, free for all, little matches. I might just post. So look out for that. Sonic Origins, like I said, does very, very well now that I'm doing the mission modes. Some of them videos are getting a lot of views. The boss rush was a real success as well. So I thank you guys for that. It brought a little bit more of an audience. We'll see how days go the next few days. But I won't be posting no Sonic video probably till Monday. I'm only going to do the Madden video today and maybe a Call of Duty video, and then that'll be it. And then Sunday is my work Sunday, so I ain't gonna have no content tomorrow at all. So but that's things that's coming up on the channel. God of War Ragnarok's coming soon. I've been watching videos of that. I'm excited about that. So that'll be out in a few weeks. And I'm looking at 2 things. I'm looking at Last of Us. Well, I've still got that to finish. The DLC where you playing as Ellie when Joel was hurt. What's it called? Left Behind or something like that. So I'll finish that off next week as well. But I'm definitely interested in Last of Us 2 because I just like the story, how things ended there. You can check out my playlist right now on the channel. What else we got? Resident Evil Village, the DLC with Rose and things of that. That'll be coming, and okay, I go put a specific date on it, but I kind of want to finish some things up first. Then I'm gonna go look into that. I'm definitely gonna we'll definitely play that. We probably play Village again in third person. So all that is coming. So just keep your eyes out for that as well. And like I said, I did just going to touch on this briefly. I did a short just voicing somewhat of frustration but somewhat of truth to how YouTube is, and how, you know, some people you know, might just be paranoid, which I understand. Like I said, my channel, I had somebody try to, I think it was more try to get free stuff out of me through the PlayStation Network, but I think like they probably wanted to download the game. But anyway, basically, you know, it would have compromised my whole channel, you know. And I've been getting a lot of trolls and stuff lately. So to me, like I said, I'm taking that as a positive that I'm getting noticed by someone. But you know, I met some new YouTube friends this week. You know, days, you know, some days don't work out. And like I said, I'm gonna admit this again on camera, that, you know, like I said, I would like to watch, like, well, as far as me on YouTube, I watch like prank videos, and I like to watch women fashion show videos. Like, you know, the Shein thing is real popular on YouTube. You see a lot of people trying on Shein, trying on babysuit stuff. I'm a man, so yes, I watch for that reason, you know. And you know, sometimes I try to, you know, it's not that I'm trying to look for like a wife or nothing on there. I'm just, you know, I'm single, so, you know, I just, you know, just sort of talk a little bit. And maybe some people don't like that, some women don't like that, but some women are more clear about it. Like, you know, I'm just here to do my thing, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, you know, but this is just an opinion. You know, you can do what you want. I'm not saying this was anybody should do, and I'm not talking to just the women, anybody. If you like, I put my social media, all my social media is in my description. So I sort of expect sometimes for somebody to reach out. But if you want people to reach out, just don't put your social media on there, or just be clear about, you know, why you're doing it. You know, I think some people just copy off other people. I don't know, but basically I say all that to say, you know, this is me, this is my statement, this is me saying this. Now, I believe, like I said, that, you know, YouTube's is cutthroat. Like I said, people cutthroat. People think that you need to cut somebody else out for you to go up. But if you look at it, so many content creators, like me, I'm in the video game sports realm. You got the fashion realm. You got Yeah, all types of, but it's plenty of people on YouTube. Basically, my point is, so if you cut one person, you have to cut them all if you want to be on. I think you just be yourself, get your audience, and that's I'm being patient. Like I said, I've been off and on YouTube for about 4 or 5 years now, and my channel is small. It's only 120 as I speak. It could have went down, it could have went up, because every time I say the number, it seems like it changes. But all I'm saying is, I'm just, as long as I got my loyal people, I can stay at 120 forever. I'm not gonna stress about it. Like, of course, I want to get more views. I want to get to 1,000, because then you get monetized and all that stuff. I want that too. Like, I ain't gonna say I don't, but I'm not gonna sell my soul. I'm not gonna take other YouTubers down. That's why I support everybody that I watch. Now that I got my community tab, that's why I'm so glad I got my community tab. I'm gonna let you know, like, look, I'm watching you, I'm supporting you. That's it. It don't have to go beyond that, and I understand that. But I understand how some people can be paranoid because there's so many bad people that makes it bad for everybody. So please, y'all, just support each other. If you don't want to support, that's fine. Just leave that person alone, or don't try to take them down. That's not going to really necessarily mean you're going to go up. You know what I'm saying? And if people know you did that, I would support you just off of that. So I'm gonna stay myself. I want to be me. If I want to support you, I'm gonna support you. And I'm a loyal person, so if I support you, I'll support you. Unless you don't want my support, that's fine as well. I would just walk away respectfully. I won't say nothing bad about your child. I ain't gonna go. Now that I got community posts, I'm not gonna go over there and say, "Oh, I'm not like that." I just rather, I've been through a lot of I've been through a lot of shit in life where people are just cruel. So I'm not gonna step that low ever. Even if somebody, let's say this person would have been successful and would have took me down, or I would have just built it back up. I probably would have reported him or something. But I'm not gonna go do it. I'm not gonna get in the gutter. I'm gonna do my content, and if it takes 1,000 years for it to grow, at least it's growing. But it's growing right now. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, that I'm loyal. So if you got me in your corner, I'm in your corner until you don't want me in my corner no more. It's that simple. So let me get out of here, because like I said, I was running out of time. I'm pushing on time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you everybody for carrying through for the lives. I did 3 lives, 1 on Twitch. Check out my Twitch. I'm trying to grow that as well. I love you guys. Shout out to everybody. I ain't even going to specifically shout out one person. Check out the community tab. You might see yourself on there. I might promote your video. Let's just love each other for, man. It's too much bad stuff going in the world, man. Please stop it. Stop with the hate. Everybody can win. Everybody can succeed, man. You don't have to take nobody else down for you to go up. And I'm never going to do that. Never. And I'm saying that on camera. So for all that being said, I hope everybody have a good week. I'll see you guys next week with the blog. Check out all my projects going on this week, so you'll see me again. About to go and record Matt right now. Peace out. Peace and love as always. See you guys next time. Thank you.